So let's get started. Again, back to our syllabus. Uh, pro, so, digital marketing. There we go. Hmm. So here, module one, customer journey. Okay, here and there. Okay, it doesn't matter. So let's understand the business model here. What is B2B, B2C, and D2C? I'm sure this you would have read in your colleges. Thing is like B2C is meant for business to client, business to business, direct to client. So if I'm an entity, I'm doing a business and I'm tying up with another business, we call it as business to business. And if I'm a business and I'm tying up with the customer, it's like I'm providing services to customer. It's like B2C. And again, what is D2C is like a freelancing, wherein a person is going to assist directly with the customer. It's not a business then. So it's like that. So if you are working like a freelancer, you are going to directly help the customers, the clients. And if you are a business, you're directly dealing with the clients, individual clients. And if you are a business, you are helping out another business. So that is so called as B2B. That's just a difference between B2B, B2C, and D2C. And understanding buyer persona. So what kind of information would do we need from a buyer? So if you want to buy, if you want to sell something as a business person, as a digital marketing manager, if you want to sell something to a customer, we need to understand their personal things, something like where exactly are they located, something like we call it as demographics, and what might be the customer's age, and how far the customer could be interested in our product. So all these things we need to sit and analyze. And again, coming back to digital marketing channels, as we have discussed, the social media marketing channels or web channels. So everything comes under it, and it's just theory part until here. Latest industry trends, what they are following. Obviously, everyone are following the social media much more. They are mostly into Instagram, Facebook. You know, they're directly giving advertisements. Even if we scroll here and there, we can see the advertisements out there. So that is what we can say. Those are the latest trends. And marketing funnel, we have already learned. And customer journey is traditional marketing versus digital marketing, because you can spread the word to many people at the same time. In traditional marketing, we have to run, if we are targeting one locality, if you came to Matrashnagar to sell something yesterday, Miapur, then you will have to run door to door or business to business, and you need to find out, like, where you can show your product. But in digital marketing, as you know, we can prove it online. We can just display it online, and everyone in Hyderabad, India, everywhere, the foreign countries, everyone can see it. So that's the simple difference. So this marketing, digital marketing fundamentals is actually good for your college, this fundamental part, only to give some kind of speech, or if you want talking in front of people, like if you want to show them some technology that you have learned, these fundamentals can be useful. But in terms of job, practical things are required. So this and all is completely theoretical, the module one. And going back to module two, website planning. So I have already told you about domain registration. Yes, see, domain registration again. We have so many companies, something like GoDaddy, HostGator. Okay, so there are so many other companies. Hostinger, you see, I should be knowing only one single name, and I can simply type in versus VS on Google, and it will show me the competitor names. Hostinger, Namecheap, and we have BigRock, Shopify, Cloudflare, Wix, Google Squarespace. So all these are different companies who are selling the same domain name. So they could be selling a domain name as well as hosting as well. It's because domain name selling is very cheap, because it might cost you somewhere between 1,000 rupees to 5,000 rupees, or maybe more depending on the premium this thing. If you are choosing, let's go back to GoDaddy for example. So it shows like this, that the page looks like this. If you want to buy a domain, you can simply type here. If I want sushma.com, I can simply search, because that was already taken by someone, or maybe they kept it as a broker fee. It means like they have just blocked it because that name was so premium for them. So it's a direct name, right? People can easily remember. So that's why they blocked it. For example, I simply type sushma-bakery.com. That name is available, and we can own it for 1 rupee. It's difference actually. They are selling it for 15.99, which means nearly 1600 rupees. So first year only 1 rupee. The next 2 years you need to pay 1600 rupees, but you need to take 3 year plan, which means you need to pay one-off payment of 3200 rupees. Then you can own this one. So that's just like a marketing technique by them. So even if you want sushma-bakery.com in anything you can own, okay. So you can also buy together all these domains. You can buy together, and the first year charges will be like 1283 rupees, something like that. Forget about the pricing part because it all depends, okay. And this is how people can buy a domain name and own it. So why should we buy a domain name? Because see, uh, in order to display our website, because I'm a good web developer. For example, I'm a good developer. You are a good web developer. What you can do, you can simply open the notepad and you created some HTML file like we have done before, and you wrote so much of content and you closed it and saved it as HTML. Then it will be displayed, it will be available only in your computer, right? So instead of that, to make it public, we need to have a public server. So only when we upload on a public computer, the others can see your website. So how can others see your website? You need to give them some name, right? And that name is called as a domain. Otherwise, we need to provide them IP address. Like I've already explained you before, I believe. For example, our company name is assuredsoul.com, the domain name. So ping space ASSURED soul.com. Okay, you see this IP address 204 is the IP address. 204.11 dot something something 59 230. So instead of giving this domain name like this, you are directly giving them the website name which is in a understandable format. That's the funda. Okay. For example, like this. There are so many other techniques, okay, to open the website. And for example, let's go back to web hosting. So domain name registration, we have already understood, like we just that we need to purchase a domain name and then we go back to web hosting. Web hosting is also sold by the same GoDaddy and all other companies. Okay. So once you purchase the server, that is called a public server. Just like my computer, I save the files in a directory, and this directory is provided by some other company. So we call it as web hosting. And DNS concepts. So DNS concepts means linking a domain name in your website hosting. So this is also important for you to know because see, people say my domain is suddenly not working. So if you have a domain, uh, for example, see DNS concepts, it means domain name server. It's like domain name you are resolving. Because if I call sushma.com, your website has to open. So if my hosting is not on GoDaddy, I bought a domain name from GoDaddy and I bought my hosting from somewhere else. Then I need to link them up, right? For that, there is something called name servers. That means simple thing, ns1 dot some domain name dot com or something you need to type, okay? So something like that. This name servers are usually provided by the hosting company and setting the name servers for a domain. When to set your domain name servers, setting your domain name servers. So once you own a domain, it you will find it comfortable to understand how to host it, how to set it, and how to make the domain to open your hosting. See, web developer can only design, but the hosting part, there will be a hosting company. But why should we learn this hosting is actually I'm not asking you to host. It's just for study purpose. Though you do it or not, it's irrelevant. But just for education purpose, you can simply it is good to know because see, if I'm reading your BBA courses, okay, you are into BBA, fine, whatever the marketing, right? So into BBA marketing syllabus or maybe the textbooks, uh, like what and all do you have in this? I mean, like in your syllabus, because some of them are not useful for you. Say, for example, if it is related to marketing management, principles of marketing management, two books are very good. But what about the other subjects? What subjects do you have? Advertising, sales and distribution, retailing. These books are okay. What are the other subjects do we have in BBA marketing? Like intermediate, you will find mathematics, or maybe in future you may not be using, or maybe suddenly a different subject will come in place, right? So the same way, this hosting and IP address also will be a different topic, but it is good to cover because specialization falls in the third year usually in your course. General business, finance is okay. Quantitative analytics is okay. Legal. Why should I learn legal things now? Corporate law and all, they say I'm not going to be a lawyer, right? Then why do I have to learn this? Some questions might it have to arouse, okay? So you should think about it the same way. Practical components, the same thing. This is something a hosting company will deal with, because once we have hosting taken from GoDaddy or some other company, we can directly talk to the customer care, and the customer care people will solve your issues. So you should be knowing who is your customer care. Like if your company is has taken a website from some XYZ company, GoDaddy or Big Rock, so you should try to reach them out. Okay, GoDaddy, they will have a login, and you should be able, you have to ask them what is your GoDaddy login and who will deal with it if they need only the hosting support. So once you get it, there will be support link, something like contact us or something. You can directly talk to them. So they will break their head and they will fix it. So something like the name servers and all those things, we have to provide them. See here, this image will explain you how exactly does it appear. Where is it? So here they say this is your server. Okay, that's my cache. It maps to IP address. That's in my cache. It was my IP address. So this is your DNS server, and it is again linking. This is your computer, and you're trying to access this server. So in between there will be domain name server that will convert your domain name to IP address, and it will call your files from the server, and then it will show you. For example, they are trying to open, I need directions to wpbeginner.com is something they type from computer. It is your computer. And then it will go to the DNS server. And on this DNS server, it will be converted to IP address, and that IP address will go to the system, the server. And because obviously our computer will have one IP address. Okay. What is my IP? Here you see 192.168.1.4 or something like this. Okay. The same way, your server will also have a different IP address, and they will resolve the name and call that IP address and open the pages. So same way, let's go back to cPanel basics. cPanel basics in the sense, see, cPanel is really user friendly. Like if I give you, and I'll just show you. So this is my company reseller club, and this is like a dashboard where we purchase the domain names and everything. So for example, I'll go into the one particular domain, and then there is something called manage web hosting. So the I told you, right, name server details. You can see this is the name servers. So my server is webhostbox. So I need to link this to my domain, which means where is my domain now? Where did I buy my domain? I bought from the same company. I didn't buy from a different company. So I'll check this name servers. What I've entered here, the same one, right? You see this, the same name server, because that name server was given by my hosting. And this name server I entered into my, see here, name servers. So this name server I entered into my domain because this is my domain registration. This part, this section is domain registration, and this is my hosting. I go back to hosting, it will show me the name servers. I need to feed those name servers into my domain registration. So under this domain registration, there will be name servers. These are empty boxes initially. I will have to feed it. So I will again go back to hosting. So once I feed it, I will show you what is my cPanel details. These are the details. Okay, the cPanel is something like this. There we go. So this is the hosting. This is all about hosting and domain. So over here, we can see the hosting panel, hosting section. So under the hosting section, whenever we want to host, they will provide us some name servers. So these name servers, we need to copy paste under the domain. This is your domain. Same way, if I buy the name servers from, like, if I want to host it here and my domain was purchased somewhere, I need to go into the name server section in my domain. For example, I'll show you one website. Recently, I bought, okay, there we go. On GoDaddy, we have a domain. For example, I have a domain in GoDaddy. Sign in thing. So, let's check it out under my products or domain names. So if you say the domain name, it's here. Okay, this is the domain name. But the hosting is done on a different server, which is this reseller club. So still loading. Okay, let me open the website first. See, this is the website. Wait. Okay, this is the website, drpraharshaauthor.com. This is the website. So what we have done, I bought the domain from GoDaddy, like you see. Let me refresh the page. And you see, this is the domain name. So when I click on the domain name, it's showing DNS, domain name servers. So I go to the domain name servers, and under the name servers, I will update this thing, webhost box, because this webhost box is where that was my server provided by reseller club. So like this, they provide some name servers, this kind of webhost box name servers. So under the hosting section, so these things I need to copy paste in the under the domain. That is how we can link a domain and a hosting. So the domain purchased in GoDaddy got linked to the hosting we bought in reseller club. On the top, you see this is the resellerclub.com. It's a different domain. So that is how. So, and again, if I go to manage web hosting, the reason why I was showing you this is an introduction to cPanel. See, cPanel is something like this. I just now opened a cPanel. It appears on the left side, right? cPanel will give you access to email, wherein you can create email accounts, and then files where you can upload files, and the database if you have database on your website, and the domains if you want to create more subdomains or something, and then some other security metrics software. WordPress also we can install it from here, and HTML also we can create and upload from on files. So just like this, and this hosting is so big, the cPanel is so user friendly. Basically, cPanel is something, a user friendly interface created by a company. The company name itself is called cPanel or something like that. And they gave us, like, because see, if I have to access the client, the server, because I'm hosting the files on the server. So this is the complete interface between me and server. So if I have to host the files on the server, usually the server is so big, right? And we don't know how to, because there won't be any operating system or something. If there is even an operating system, the Windows server or Linux server, there will be different servers. So rather than accessing a complete operating system and accessing your server, this is a user-friendly interface, just like your cloud or something, what we say, when you have a Google Drive to save your photos, right? The same way when you have a iCloud to store your photos on Apple Drive as well. Or maybe if you have Microsoft account, there will be something called OneDrive. So the same thing, OneDrive, I hope you, I don't know whether you have used it or not. So OneDrive is one kind of the cloud server provided by Microsoft, and Google will provide you drive.google.com. If you have a Gmail, you can directly open drive.google.com and you can upload all your files. They will give you a free access up to 15 GB. I paid for 200 GB and I'm using it, something like that. So this is a server, a complete server, and this is an interface what we have got from the hosting, because we are paying to hosting, and so they provided us an easy interface to access our server. That's it, as simple as that. Okay, so and regarding the cPanel usage, you just need to practice basically when you start using files and all. Because see, I've just shown you where to create email accounts. Even if there is an email account, I can go ahead and create an email account from here. So the same way, even if I have to upload some files, there are no mail accounts at this point of time. Say for example, I'll create something called and I'll create. So I can directly send an email to you from my mail account if I have this kind of email which I have created now. Because just now I created one mail account, okay? I can simply log into the mailbox and I can directly send an email to you people, for example. I'm sending the mail to myself, sending it. So this is how it works, okay? So let's wait. You got the mail, you see this? So Rocket Mail, we got something, a test email. We just received it. So that is how it works. And this is just a mailbox. And under the cPanel, we have created one email account. And the same way, I go back to the cPanel and I I have, as I've told you, there will be a file manager wherein you can upload all your HTML files and all like the way you see, right? These are all the files that they have uploaded. PHP. This and all is WordPress files. So once we upload the WordPress files, it will start working for you, something like that. So developers will take care on developing a website and they will upload. They will align with another person, the development manager, and they will upload the files into the hosting because everyone knows it. People who are into web hosting or web development or digital marketing, they should have some knowledge. And then let us go back to what is the other topic? Website structure. So website structure, as I've explained you, there will be something called header, footer, and content part. So the top section, middle section, and the bottom section. So let's see. This is the image. Okay. So how they have designed. Let's see. So this is a website structure. Website structure A to Z with examples. You have some online sources, but let's see. Homepage. Okay, like yesterday we have read, right? How many pages do we have? Homepage, category page, subcategory page, and subcategory page. So this is something like you know, on WordPress, because even for SEO also we were trying to link, right? So we were trying to create link building from one page to another page. Say, for example, if you have the main page, and then again you have two pages linking to the main page, and the other two pages are linking to the category page. So something like this they have created. The digital marketer has to decide the website structure. Say, for example, on our website we have hundreds of pages and then we need to categorize them. Okay, we need to make sure appropriate links are uh, connected to appropriate pages. Like it's not like each and every page is connecting to each other. That won't help you out in digital marketing, right? Yesterday we have studied the same way. Here also, appropriate links we need to plan. Depends on the business. Say, for example, we are planning for uh, web, car business. For example, let's see. We'll take a bakery business itself. Okay. So what will happen? What is the main category? And bakery business, bakery business. What is the main category? First thing will be like cakes. For example, they will go for cakes. They will go for ice creams, something like this. So, for example, this is the category name. And what are the subcategories here? For example, you can go for fruit based or cream based for I don't know. I'm just telling you the names. So the difference, how the content will be, you need to plan accordingly. Cream cakes, maybe ice cream cakes, something like this, and even ice cream, fruit based or nut based. For example, we have these many categories and these many types. So under fruits, you will have again apple, mango, you will have strawberry, something, something, something. You can have. Okay. Same way, creams also red cream, white cream, yellow cream, all colors you keep. And ice cream cakes, you will have again the same nut ice cream, butter ice cream, whatever. Okay. So like that, you can plan accordingly your content, like which page has to be under which page. So all these things you can plan. Who will plan? The digital marketing manager can plan. Otherwise, the content writer can plan and tell you. It's not like you will decide because obviously the websites are pre-designed, predefined, because obviously the owner of the website knows it. And even if you are entering into this digital marketing uh, task for some other clients, you can plan. It's very simple, right? So just a consciousness and you know how to handle things. If you study their business, you will get to know where to plan and what kind of pages you can plan. And coming back to landing pages, what are landing pages? They won't have head and basically landing pages are headless pages, which means we use it only for advertising. Like the way I said, why landing pages are headless pages. Just go through it. So landing pages are often built using headless architecture. Why? Because they don't want people to navigate more because they want people to stay only on that page. Achieve sub 100 milliseconds loading speeds because they want to curate the speed as well. They want to make it load faster because you are entering, and they want to protect their conversions because the conversion has to happen on the same page. So blazing fast load times and 100% URL, design freedom, uninterrupted testing, distraction free layouts, instant API integrations, whatever. So basically, uh, what platforms are used to currently using? Okay. See, your website has so many pages and there are so many navigation links, landing pages used for examples, used for advertisements. They will be, like this, you see. For example, let's go for this page. This is the landing page, this one. And why? Because this is a furniture shop. They just took you here only to sell their products. They don't want you to navigate their website and waste your time. It is a direct selling process. They want to convert it right away. So this is how the landing pages are made. So let's not. I mean, like even if you had click on any sponsored link, they are all set to be landing pages, like the way yesterday we opened, right? BBA courses. If I enter BBA courses, sponsored results, these are all supposed to be landing pages. So we only have one option to download brochure, and we don't see any other menu icons or something. Do we? I don't think that this is a menu icon. They just gave names because you can see the footer. It is not going anywhere. The same link is there on in all the places. The same link. Even if I click here, it will remain in the same page. Maybe up and down it is moving. And we have only one option to download the brochure. How many brochure? Even if I click on download the brochure, it will ask me to fill in my details so that people can reach me out directly on call and they can talk to me, right? So this is a technique to get easy conversions, and the registrations are getting closed on 22nd July. So these are all techniques to make the users to react in a beat because they don't want you to wait for more, like, okay, I will see it in the next month or upcoming month or next year. They won't drag it, okay? They want to close it on the same page in within minutes. And that is called conversion because they're running ads, right? So that is the way out. And for example, so we just looked into the landing pages and then UI UX basics. See, basically, UI UX is graphic design part, and UI means user interface. How a user interface has to be there. So, because see, you are just informing, you are not designing again. I'm telling you, you will only create example, find out examples online, and you will tell it to your people who work in your company. You will inform them to make something like this for you. Okay, landing page examples. Let's see, create landing pages. So let me click on any page. For example, this one. This might be an event page, landing page. Okay, so this is one landing page, and they gave me only one option. See how it works. One button, get started free. Two buttons they gave me. There is no menu icon, no home, about, product, services, and all. And I scroll up. So there will be another button, get your personalized demo. If I click here, a form will open. And again, another section also, there is get started. If I click this, another form will open. So it's like based only on buttons. Okay, wherever you go and click, another form will open. You need to fill in a form and come and do a business with them. So that is their aim. Okay, they don't want you to navigate them there, because even in end also they click on get a demo. There's an option. This is actually an image prototype. So you it won't work. The functionalities won't work and the links won't work. This is only for display purpose. This is how it looks like. So you can give this as an example to your staff, and they can help you out in making it if you like it. So you can give them an example. You can navigate this kind of landing pages online very much, and you can suggest them according to their business to the clients. Because for a client, because clients basically they are not technical. They are not even technical like you, because at least you learned something today. And clients will be like this. They don't put their head into learning digital marketing. They will only hire people who can do digital marketing for them. So, being a digital marketing manager, you will have to handle all those things. So, coming back to SSL installation, what is SSL now? SSL means it's a secured security layer. SSL is this HTTPS. You see it on the top, right? HTTPS for every website. So this is the SSL, and you need, because by default it won't come with any website. You need to install it. And where will we install this one? So basically we do it on again cPanel. So once we get into the cPanel, where is my cPanel here? Here we go. So we type in SSL. Under the security section, you will find this SSL or TLS. So certificate, you need to ensure that it is fixed. Okay. So you need to talk to them and sort it out. See here, everything is showing green in color, right? That is how it works. And this SSL certificate will have a temporary license, and but it will automatically get renewed. We need not to do it again and again. So when you buy a domain and when we start hosting, then we need to check all these boxes and we need to run SSL. There will be a button to run SSL and it will automatically configure. But instead of that, directly connect with the support team. They will help you out in configuring the SSL. So interact with support team, GoDaddy support team or something. Better you do like this. Consider this is an exercise for you. Since we have learned something about web hosting and domain registration now into SSL installation,